Happy May 22nd, 2024. It's a Wednesday. I'm not sure when I'll get this edited and get it out to the world. This is second to last day of school for our school district. This morning I was dry running routes for summer school. This afternoon I'm doing a high school route as early house. And normally on Wednesdays our high schools get out at 2 o'clock. Today I think they're getting out at something like 1:30. And they get a chance to go to lunch, and then we pick them up at the schools at 1:45 and go. So I was told, don't be late. Okay. Won't be late. Don't be early. Don't be late. So I'm leaving early enough that I should be there on time as opposed to too early. Strange that might sound, bus. Strange that it may sound is, because students get out early, some of them might see the buses and skip lunch and go directly to the buses, and then you're stuck sitting there until 1:45, which is the earliest you can leave. Whereas if I take a slow boat to South Fontana, I pull into the bus loading zone about 1:40, get my kids all loaded up by 1:45, and then I can leave. And after I drop them off, I am done for the day. Or at least done with kids-wise. On the way home, we're going to do another dry run for summer school. And a dry run is basically you have a route sheet, has the lefts and rights on it, and you're going from point to point to point to make sure that the route is correct. Make sure the directions are correct. Maybe you go make a notation. It's the second blue house, or they have a blue garage door, or there's a fountain in the front yard, or some sort of note. So the first time, or even the first couple times that the driver does the route, it's like, okay, I can drive until, okay, there's a fountain, stop, this is the kid's house. We have, for summer school, most of our routes are home to school. So we're going to be picking up at house addresses or corners. If someone lives on a corner, we pick up on the corner as opposed to the specific address, whichever is easier. So this morning, my wife and I did 4 routes. We had one that was, well, let's just say it has issues. Had issues. You picked up, say, 12 kids all around each other. And the way it was written is like, okay, you're in this neighborhood, you pick up a kid, then you leave the neighborhood, go pick up 3 more, and then come back into the same neighborhood you were just at. And the second, or the, so you got first kid, then you go up Olive to second kid, and then down to Juniper to third kid, and then you go to pick up the 4th kid, which is no joke, 10 houses over from the first kid, but you have to cross an intersection. And then the other kids are down the street, so we just went and first thing we did, we went around and looked at where all the kids' houses were, made a note that the kids in the pink house or in the last house, whatever. And then we sat down and said, okay, well, how about if we route it this way, how does this work, how does that work? And our third version is the best version. The director said she loves it, don't change it. So third version is it. And then we did 3 other routes, and we found out one, the parent has a vintage chartreuse green bug van, just like out of the movie Convoy. Parked in his front yard. It's like, well, is it a daily driver? And the guy says, no, it's usually parked, weekdays it's parked in front of the house. So for a driver's note, look for the Chartreuse minivan. Can't miss it. And for some other ones, we found that directions were bad because there's an island that blocks you from making a left turn, so we rerouted it so you go down the block, come back, and make a right turn. Or one of the directions had you crossing a main street, which isn't going to work, so we did a couple side streets. There's one of our 2020 electrics. Drivers are parked out midday. Pretty good when you park the bus in front of your house. It doesn't work for me. I live in home pass. Got a lot of stuff done so far. Then tomorrow morning, I'll be doing more dry runs. And then tomorrow afternoon we're taking 2 bus loads of band members to a local convention center for graduation, where they'll be playing music for all the festivities. And then that'll be our last trip for the school year per se. Then Friday's the last day of school. Then we have some grad nights that are like our middle schoolers. We take them to medieval times or to Knott's Berry Farm the week that we're off between the end of school and summer school. Summer school starts on June 3rd. And on June 1st, we have what I've been waiting all year for. It's an event in the city of Fontana. Every first Saturday in June, they have the Fun Run. The Fun Run is the fastest half mile or fastest half marathon in the United States. It's all downhill. It starts at the end of Sierra Avenue up in Lido Creek, and then the runners run south on Sierra Avenue to City Hall, where the finish line is. And then for beginners, we have the 5K, and the 5K starts on just about where the 210 freeway, above the 210 freeway and Sierra Avenue in Fontana, and then they run south down to City Hall. Now, I'm not a runner, but imagine climbing into your school bus and driving as fast as you can drive with a load of people on board running red lights. I'll say that again. Running red lights. They close the street. No traffic can cross Sierra Avenue. They have to detour around. So you can't get through Fontana on the north end in a few hours. We get a motorcycle police escort running with each bus. Sometimes one bus will get 2 police motors, and we basically race to Lido Creek. Then we get to the top, we turn the bus around, we drop off the runners, and then we come back down the mountain to try and do a second run. Usually the first 1 or 2 drivers, they get to do 2 runs to the top, and then the next group of drivers, after they do 1 run to Lido Creek, they do a run to the 5K, and if you're lucky, we get 2 5K runs and 1 run to Lido Creek. The kicker is we work 4 hours and we get paid 5 hours, all for that overtime. Why would you say no to something like that? You know, work half a Saturday, not even a full Saturday, you work 4 hours on a Saturday, maybe. You get paid for 5 hours at time and a half. Can't beat that. Then after that, a few of us drivers go to breakfast and then say, okay, that was fun. Then on Monday, the 3rd of June, is when our summer school starts. And I've been informed that I am lucky enough that I'll be a cover driver for summer school. I'll be covering routes if drivers are absent, or covering routes to make sure they work, or even train drivers on the routes. So there we are, and school doesn't get out for another 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop the tape here. Let's see if I got the timing right. I get there 2 or 3 minutes early, I get there 2 or 3 minutes early. But I don't want to be too late. So it's 1:36. I gotta be at the school, which is 3 blocks over. No later than 1:45. Like I said, a couple minutes early, I'm a couple minutes early. That was one of our 2024 conventionals, just went by down at Harupa, the next street down. Oh look, flashing red light, those are always fun. Having a boulevard in the middle of this road for about 4 months now. And those people are making turns. Black circles in the road is the company's been out here covering all the manholes, so that when they go through and pave the road, they can fix them up for later. Here's bus number 29. He's going to the same place I am. Take the manhole covers off, cover them with sheet steel, and then pave over them. Then after the paving contractor comes through, they'll jackhammer away the new asphalt, put in concrete colors around the manholes, and then put the manhole covers back. I'm a bus driver. I watch people do stuff. That's why I know this. If you drive the same area long enough while they're doing construction, you figure out things that they're doing. $139. $140. still got to put in the shrubs, and then they'll be done with their project. And when there's 15 seconds left on the clock, kids decide to cross the street. Smart. He's usually the first bus in line. The route I'm doing is usually the last bus in line. So, there's my school, there's my kids. Gotta chase the cars out of the bus loading zone.